Already 2 months on the job as Syracuse Police Chief for Mark Rusin.
So much to talk about. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Well, Chief, it's been 2 months on the job as the Syracuse Police Chief. How's it been going?
It's been busy. You know, I have a lot of meetings that happen. My team has a lot of meetings that happen, but really a lot of great people at Syracuse Police Department. You'll hear me say that over and over again. The executive team is just working very, very hard. We have the move coming up that I know you want to talk about, but we have the move to 1153 West Fayette Street, which has taken a ton of time. But the community has been very welcoming, have had a lot of meetings with the Neighborhood Watch Group meetings, TNT, and they've just been very supportive of the police department. So I think all considered, things have been going very well.
I know we have talked about this with your predecessor, certainly you, recruitment. And it's not just at Syracuse Police, it's a lot of different agencies that, you know, have trouble recruiting. The mayor went so far as to actually relax that residency requirement. Have you noticed any difference from that yet? How are you doing on recruiting overall, and has that made any difference?
Yeah, so I just gave offer letters to 8 officers to come into the police department. The candidate pool is small, to your point. This is a national issue. This isn't just a Syracuse Police Department issue, and I do think it's having an effect. Now, we're ultimately going to partner with a research agency to actually research this and come to a data-driven decision. But anecdotally, I can tell you right now, it's already starting to have an impact. But we didn't have a ton of time to message exactly the way that we wanted to message, but it is already having an impact. And honestly, the community's been very supportive of this pilot program. I was at the Westcott community group yesterday, and we talked about it, and they said, you know, we want more police officers. We want those officers to be professional, and we ultimately are in support of it. And that was the general message I got.
I'm curious, are you looking for more lateral transfers, other police agency officers coming over to Syracuse Police?
Yeah, I think it's a wide berth of people that ultimately we're looking for. I mean, the civil service age was just raised to 43, if I remember correctly. So we're looking for people that are looking for a second career. We're looking for a person who wants to change in their career. We're looking for lateral transfers. We're looking for new officers out of high school or college. So we're looking for a wide variety of folks, and we're looking for folks that are looking to change careers as well too. And, you know, if you're looking to come to SPD, we'll give you an application.
All right, let's get into juvenile crime because it's still a problem. We're still seeing stolen cars.
Well, I have to give a lot of credit to First Deputy Chief Rich Trudell. He's been working on this problem with the juvenile justice system here for probably 3 years. And there's a series of meetings that are happening with the county and ultimately with the juvenile justice system. And they've been good partners. But this is a system that ultimately has to make some adaptation and changes. And we've had a lot of good partners with it. And I spoke about this last night to the community group. They asked me the same question. I think that we have to be sharing of information along the way. We have to show what work is being done. We're not saying that these small milestones are the finish line, and we have a responsibility to keep that up. But at the same time, we're working operationally to be better coordinated. We're working with the school district. We're working with a lot of partners to work on these issues, to give off-ramps other than crime to some of these juveniles. I do think we're making progress. It's certainly never as fast as you want it to be. But we are really dedicated in the spirit of making some adaptations to have a better program at the end, and I just can't thank Chief Trudell enough. He's really been at the forefront of this with some of the juvenile justice partners.
We said we had a lot to cover with you, so we're going to kind of go rapid fire here. I'd love to dive into each one of those individually. Maybe we will at another time. But you mentioned right off the bat there that you're going to be moving into a new place. You, the whole Syracuse Police Department, with Syracuse Fire as well, out of the old PSB. It's close, right? You guys are just days away from moving into this new place. Where is it, and why is that so important for everybody?
Yeah, so it's at 1153 West Fayette Street. Huber Brewer is doing the project. They've done an excellent job accommodating the uniqueness of a police department or a fire department and building it out. We have daily meetings now. We're living out of boxes, if you will, to a certain degree. It's not it's not impacting operations because we have a good plan in place to keep those things moving forward. Really, we've been in that building, we've outgrown it and outgrown the space. And not so much in terms of square footage, but in terms of the operational efficiency of the building. And when you have a workforce that has a reduction in numbers, you have to be as operationally effective as you can be. This building was designed in the spirit of operations and in the spirit of administration. We want to maintain the professionalism of the police department, but to do that, you ultimately have to have the most efficient use of your space. And those buildings are significant.
All right, lots of changes in the works, and we'll get to see you march in the parade as the Syracuse Police Chief for the first time.
Thank you very much.
Chief, thanks for joining us. We'll have you back soon.
Thank you.
Download the WSYR Plus app on your TV to stream News Channel 9 for free. Just go to your smart TV, search WSYR Plus in the App Store, and download to start streaming today.